How the crisis in the Gulf puts the chip industry at risk. The alarm comes from Qatar, the world's second-largest producer of helium, an essential gas for semiconductors. It's the turn of the chips again. The tensions over the war that has exploded in Iran risk cornering one of the most important, but evidently also the most fragile geo-strategic sectors, that of semiconductors. And it is a risk with a different flavor this time. While past crises hit cars, this shortage could immediately hit a booming sector, that of artificial intelligence. The first signal came from Qatar. After an Iranian attack on the Ras Laffan energy complex, plants that produce helium, which is a byproduct of natural gas, have also stopped. Known by all as the gas that keeps balloons in the air at birthday parties, helium is actually a fundamental industrial gas for chip production. In the famous fabs, it is used to stabilize temperatures during production processes, which take place in extremely delicate environments where even the slightest contamination can compromise entire batches. Helium is mainly used in the lithography and etching phases of silicon wafers, where it circulates between the wafer and the metal base to dissipate heat and avoid deformation. It is also used to detect microleaks in vacuum systems and in cryogenic cooling systems for advanced production lines dedicated to chips for data centers and AI. Today, Qatar is the world's second-largest producer of helium after the United States, covering about a third of global supply. With the 3 plants shut down, the market reacted immediately. The spot price of helium rose between 35% and 50% in the space of a week. The problem is not so much current stocks, but future supply. These shutdowns are a very bad sign for an industry already affected by geopolitical shocks. The risk mainly concerns East Asia. South Korea and Taiwan concentrate much of the world's chip production, and many companies depend on industrial supplies from the Middle East. It is no coincidence that South Korean officials have hinted that a prolonged conflict could put pressure on the entire semiconductor sector, dominated by companies like Samsung and SK Hynix. However, helium is not the only material at risk. The Gulf region is also an important source for materials such as bromine used in wafer manufacturing. Then there is logistics. Exports pass through the Strait of Hormuz. With ship traffic disrupted, supplies of industrial gases to fabs will be significantly delayed. These are delays that an industry under pressure, with voracious demand driven by artificial intelligence data centers, simply cannot afford.